Hello and welcome back to the Flat Chat. I'm Heggy, here with Callum, and today we are doing our Premier League predictions for Gameweek 20. So there's going to be 11 games in this prediction, as there's a game on Thursday night which we didn't include in last week's. So we'll kick off with that game, which is Man City versus Tottenham at the Etihad. How do you see this one going?
First of all, before I get into that, this is probably the fixture that I'm most looking forward to this season. That's not including Arsenal, and that's simply because if City win, it means that Spurs lose. But if Spurs win, they give Arsenal a massive boost in the title race. Honestly, if you're a Spurs fan, you probably don't watch the game tonight. Probably just pack up, go to bed.
If you're a Spurs fan, what do you want to happen? That's
exactly. I've heard a lot of Spurs fans saying they wouldn't mind losing here, and that's fair enough. Like that's it.
That means they get Conte out as well.
Conte possibly out as well, who wants out.
Yeah.
But City, this is their bogey team. Spurs
won 3-2 here
last season. It's such a weird dynamic this because of what's happening as well in the league with Arsenal. I wouldn't be surprised if Spurs did something here, but I think I've got to take into consideration the fact that Spurs might not be quite at it because of the Arsenal thing. So I'm going to be. What's the word? I don't know what the word is. But we'll just move. I'm going to go for a 2-1 City.
Okay.
2-1 City. I do see Spurs scoring because of the threat they've caused City in the past. Yeah. I do think they're a wee bit defensively weak still. What about you?
I think it'll be a bit more convincing. I think City need a good performance and they're at home, so I think they'll get one. I think it's going to be 3-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Fair enough.
Right, on to the next game. We've got two teams who aren't playing the best football as of late, but are obviously massive teams.
You know what's crazy? It's the fact that this game has gone so unnoticed. No one's really talking about it because of how badly they've played. How bad they played this season.
Because it's a mid-table battle.
We've been talking the last week or so. But look at the games we've got coming up. We've got City play Spurs, Arsenal play United, United play City. No one has mentioned Liverpool Chelsea because it's two absolute diddies. They just kick about 9th and 10th. This is Palace Villa from last year. That's all this is.
Spot the confidence from the Arsenal.
I'm sorry, I've got my chest. I've got my chest. So Liverpool. I don't know. Do you want to kick us off with this one first? What do you think, Sam? I'm trying to think.
I don't think this is going to be a particularly good game to watch.
No.
I know it's a television game, but I'm just going to go a wee easy 2-0 Liverpool.
Wow. Chelsea gets too many injuries still?
Yeah, I've not been really convinced with Chelsea, and Liverpool obviously still have massive threats up front. Gakpo, Nunez, Salah. Liverpool usually lose games in the midfield battle, and I don't really rate Chelsea's midfield right now. It's
probably their weakest thing. I don't know why they've not bought in anyone for that position. That's the key position, and they've gone out and bought two attackers in.
Yeah.
Obviously a centre back as well, Badiashile, who will be interested to see how he plays. I think it will be interesting to see how the Chelsea new boys are integrated into the team if they are straight in.
Mudryk starts.
No, I don't. I don't think he starts.
Just gets a sub appearance.
Yeah, maybe he does though with the injuries. Actually, I'm just thinking. I think this will be a 1-1. I don't rate Liverpool either. I think they were fairly lucky against Wolves the other night. Both teams weren't great.
Yeah.
Wolves were really poor in the final third, especially. Every time Adama Traore got in there, it was just ballooning it over the bar and everything. He was crazy. But no, Liverpool weren't convincing either. So I'm going to go 1-1.
Okay. Right, up next we've got Bournemouth versus Forest. Two teams outside the relegation zone, but will one of them end up in there by the end of the week? Yeah, being Bournemouth.
Bournemouth will. Yeah. I'm happy with what Forest are doing at the moment. I quite like Forest. I'm going to be honest. They're my second team in the league. If that's an acceptable thing to say, I'm going to say Forest are my favourite team other than Arsenal. That's not why I'm making them one. I believe they're going to win 1-0, but I do think they'll win 1-0 here away from home. Okay. They've been impressive. The signings they've bought, some of them are starting to work. They were bound to work, some of them, with the amount they signed. And Bournemouth are starting to slump again, which is what a lot of people expected. What about you?
I'm actually going to go for a draw in this one. I think home advantage will prevail for Bournemouth, get them a wee point. I think it will be 1-1.
Okay.
but it's definitely not one of the best games this weekend.
No, it's not a game. I mean, it's a 3 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
I'll see the highlights.
One game that could be one of the better games,
That's
Leicester v Brighton. One team really struggling in Leicester, and Brighton absolutely flying. They're up in 7th place now.
Yep.
I'll kick us off with this one. I think Brighton do win.
So do I. It's tough though.
Yeah.
Like how I think there's going to be goals in this game.
I think it will be 3-1.
3-1.
Yeah.
See, I'm crazy. I was thinking 3-2, but I've never seen a 3-2 away scoreline. Have you? Just trying to think off the top of my head. That just doesn't sound normal.
Spurs against City last season.
Was that one?
No.
Oh, there you go. Oh, thank you, Eggy. You know what? That's the confidence I need. I'll go for 2 for City, Leicester City, and 3 for Brighton.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think De Zerbi's done an impressive job. Obviously, we're seeing Trossard linked away.
25 million to Arsenal.
Could be Arsenal. Your Spurs are still interested. A few others.
Chelsea will be in amongst it as
Chelsea
well.
will be there. Yep. They'll be thinking, what kit number will they give him? Because Arsenal are so interested. But no, Leicester in a bad way, aren't they?
Yeah.
And Brighton, that's just the better team right now. So I think that's the safest way to go, isn't it?
Definitely. Up next, we've got Southampton v Villa, bottom place versus 11th.
Oh. You know what? This is where I see Southampton get a point. I do rate what Emery's done at Villa since he's come in. But I think Southampton, they can beat teams in this division that are said to be much better than them.
Yeah.
I think they struggle against the teams that are at the bottom of the table. I think they can surprise a lot of teams, and I think that's what we're going to do. But I think they'll be 1-1. I think that Villa will manage to sneak an equaliser. What about you?
Yeah. I think the win against Everton will give Southampton confidence. So I don't actually see Villa winning this game.
Yeah.
But like you, I think it will be a draw,
Yeah.
and I also think it will be 1-0.
See, if I were to be bold and actually pick a winner, I would go Southampton 2-1.
Yeah, so would I.
If I'm honest, but I'd stick 1-1. What did you say?
1-0.
1-0 as well.
Yeah. Right, next up we've got West Ham v Everton. Everton in desperate need for points, and West Ham in a bit of turmoil as well,
Yeah, I mean,
especially with that interview with Davy Moyes
And
this week.
this is a relegation battle. They're both in the relegation zone halfway through the season.
Mental.
Yeah.
But I do see a win on this one, and it is going to be West Ham for me.
Wow. Okay.
I just don't see Everton getting anything from this game. They look utter dross.
I'm gonna be honest. I do,
Oh.
but that's because I think West Ham look dross as well.
Yeah.
I see this as a 1-1, low scoring, just like most of these guys' seasons. They've not scored many goals, either of them. Conceded a fair few.
Yeah.
But no, I think 1-1 here for me. This could be a very interesting game as well, because both teams look like they might sack the managers at some point soon. Could we see a wee switcheroo here? Are we David Moyes to Everton? Jacob, would he like that?
I think you would take it.
I think you would. You've got to. I think he would.
Is he the man though that you want to drag you out a relegation battle? I think he's better when you're doing well.
I think he's well. Think about when Moyes came into West Ham in the first place. He came in when they were down near the bottom of the table, and he picked them up.
Yeah, I suppose.
It's his style of play, and I think it works for teams like West Ham and Everton, where it's
Well, it's not working now.
It's not working right now because what's happened at West Ham is they've gone a bit stale. They've made signings and he's not integrated them into the squad. Because that's not what he does. That's just, I don't think that's one of his strengths. I think he's better when he just picks up a team and he starts playing his style of football, and it kind of just catches people off guard. It's physical, it's strong, it's maybe a wee bit route one, but it works. And I think you can get that out of Everton. You know, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I think he would flourish under David Moyes.
Yeah.
But I think 1-1 in this game for now.
I'm going 1-0.
West Ham?
Yeah. Right, the evening game on Saturday, we've got Palace versus Newcastle United. This is a very tricky one for me to predict.
Yeah.
Because Palace, night time at Selhurst Park, you know, they are different gravy. But Newcastle are flying. How do you see that one going?
I don't actually know. Do they have enough, Newcastle, to do what Man United could not? And I don't think they do. I think 1-1. I do. I think Palace are going to... Palace pick up points against the guy. Again, they're a bit like Southampton. I see they'll pick up points against the guys at the top of the table, and they'll falter against teams like Wolves, like Bournemouth. You know. I see a 1-1 here. What about you?
I actually think Newcastle will win. Newcastle, I said last week as well, I think they have the best adaptability in the Premier League of playing teams lower down and higher up, they can change their style. And I think they will change their style well here. The big factor as well is Zaha is the danger man. He's up against the most informed player in the league, or one of them, in Trippier.
I'm going to be honest, that matchup right there has Zaha written all over it.
So?
Oh yes, it does. Trippier struggles up against a top winger. He really does, and it stops him going forward, which is his biggest threat.
But do you not think that Trippier going forward, if Newcastle
Zaha has to go back way?
Yeah.
But then that means that Zaha's going to be told to stay last man, and he's against that back five. Is it they've got? Is it a four? They've got a four. It's a four. That'll be tough.
Yeah.
And it's Shar's that side as well. It's not Botman. I think that's.
See,
I don't think Trippier goes forward as much as you think, especially away from home at Patty Sellers Park.
I think they will, but we will see.
Interesting. That's interesting. We both kind of have different opinions.
I'm going 2-0 Newcastle.
I'll go 1-1, as I said.
Yeah. Right, Leeds v Brentford next. Another hard one to predict.
Very hard.
This has been a very hard week. It's a lot of
the Premier League is tough.
Games.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
You know, we've said this before. There's only a few points separate the bottom half. You know.
Well, I'll kick us off here. I think this one's going to be a draw. I don't think it's going to be particularly high scoring either. I'm going 1-0.
Yeah, I like that. I do like that. Oh, I like a draw. And it's Leeds. Do I go 1-1 as well? Ooh. You know what? I'm going to back Leeds here. I don't know what. No, I can't. I'm going to go for a 1-1 as well. I nearly caved. No,
I think if there is going to be a winner, it probably will be Leeds, which would maybe be against the run of form. But Elland Road is just, it's got that something different about it.
I'll tell you what, they've got a superstar on the rise, I think.
Nonto.
I think he is going to be a hell of a player, and he's not going to be at Leeds for very long.
With the Decanio.
Oh, he's a special player. He's a good player. Strong, powerful. And you know what? He reminds me of Saka on the opposite wing. He really does, and that's a very high praise.
You're sounding like Gary Neville here. He was getting a bit emotional talking about him.
He's a good player though. I do see him having a good career. I think he just looks like a really good player. I might be jumping the gun. He's only 19 or whatever. I don't actually know. I think he's 19, isn't he?
Yeah, he is a teenager, I believe.
Yeah, no, I think he's my special player in the future. Leeds have got one in their hands there.
Right, up for another game now, which might be, or people would have thought would have been convincing a few weeks ago, but maybe not so much now. City v Wolves. Yep. Wolves looking pretty good.
Yeah, they are.
Lopetegui.
They are. This game actually be so much easier to predict, I think, if we'd seen tonight's game, which is obviously the City Spurs game. It would give you a wee bit of a bearing on where you think City are.
So if City wins tonight, you think they win?
I think they're comfortably 2-0.
Yeah.
I'm going to go for 2-0 anyway.
Okay.
But I wouldn't be surprised with this Wolves team. This Wolves team are a threat on the counter, and especially against that Man City defence.
Yeah.
If Traore plays again, let's just hope he's got shooting boots on for Wolves, because otherwise they're not scoring. Because he is constantly a threat, and he's constantly making the wrong decision in the final third.
Yeah.
But no, I do see City winning this 2-0. What about you?
I'm going to be a wee bit more bold here. I'm still going to City win, but I think it'll be 3-1. Right. I can just see a Wolves goal on the counter. I've already pictured it in my head in its first half. Okay. Traore's running down the wing. He's got chopped.
That's Podence that gets the goal though, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
if he gets the goal, it's Podence.
Aye, Traore gets chopped by Cancelo or something. Free kick. I can just already envision it.
Alright, fair enough.
Right, now for the big game of the weekend. Arsenal v Man United. A lot of factors in this one.
A lot, yeah.
Man United obviously won the opening fixture between the two at the start of the season, 2-1. But
was it 3-1?
3-1?
Or was it 3-2?
Oh, was it not 2-1?
I thought it was 3-1.
Oh, I might be wrong. But how do you see this one going?
Ooh. The thing is, I was going for an Arsenal win regardless. So I'm going for an Arsenal win. I think the game will be tough even without Casemiro. That's a massive factor. Yep. Of course, we went to Old Trafford at the start of the season without Partey.
It was 3-1.
But there you go.
Yeah.
We went without Partey at the start of the season. It was a serious struggle for us. We've got Partey back. They don't have Casemiro. I do see them getting a goal in the break. I think Rashford gets a goal, but I think we get 3. I think we win this game 3-1. I think it will become quite comfortable in the end. But it'll be a tough game for about 80 minutes, and then I'll feel relaxed right at the end. That's the way I see it.
I really don't know how to go with this one.
It's tough, isn't it? It's tough.
The two most on-form teams in the league currently. But I think it would be silly not to predict an Arsenal win just because they're at home.
Yeah.
But again, Eric Ten Hag's record against the Big Six is unrivalled in the league this season. The only team he's lost to is Man City away from home, where it was 6-3. It was a bit of a drubbing.
Yeah. But
they have looked good in every other game they've played.
They've shown a table, though. I think I saw a graphic. It was a table showing the Big Six against the Big Six this season, and the only teams that have got more than 6 points, because the third place would be Man City with 6 points from all their games this season against the Big Six, are Arsenal, Man United. The two of them have 12 and 13 points between them each. So yeah, this is a big game. This is becoming what Arsenal Man United used to be about 10-15 years ago again.
It's not quite a title battle.
Not yet.
Because Man United are a wee bit off of it.
Not yet.
But next season, this could be a potential title battle.
Let's be real here.
Progress the way they are.
Well, it's starting to. I think it's becoming that again.
Yeah.
I hope to see it. I think, let's be real here. As an Arsenal fan, I'd love to see this, but having Arsenal at the top of the league again, it wouldn't be right unless Man United were there too, would it?
Man U chasing you.
Man U chasing us, where we've chased them before. I think it's great. City had their fun with Liverpool. We've always had our fun with United. We've been pished for years.
Both of you have been rotten at the same time. You are both coming back together.
That's the annoying thing, because we are a great club, Arsenal, but unfortunately whenever we're good, so are one of the best clubs in the world, biggest clubs in the world.
You can't have a brilliant hero without a brilliant villain.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think we are. I know there's local derbies. There's United City. There's United Liverpool. But Arsenal against United, it just seems to be that we always have to be at the top at the same time.
Yeah.
And I think the ex-players know that, and they try to hide it quite well, to be fair. But unless you're Gary Neville. 3-1 for me.
I'm going 2-1.
2-1 for you.
Yeah.
Okay, final game.
Yes, final game. We've got Fulham v Spurs. I'll kick us off with this one. This is a big game. It's the 5th v 6.
Honestly, I think they lose this again.
I think they lose as well. I'm going to go 3-1 Fulham.
I'll go...
I think Fulham absolutely do them.
I'll go 2-1 to Fulham.
Okay.
2-1 Fulham. I think that Fulham will be ahead by a goal in the first half, and Spurs will bring it back.
The typical Spurs way.
But I think Fulham are better than the teams they've done this against this season. I think Fulham are really impressive. I mean, they're 6th.
They've scored 32 goals this season.
Yeah, we've been impressed with Brighton. We've been impressed with Brentford this season, and Fulham are ahead of them.
Yeah.
And obviously, don't not to mention Liverpool and Chelsea. 2-1 Fulham. 2-1 Fulham.
And I'm going 3-1.
Go on.
So that's been our predictions for this game week. We think it's 20, but you never know it anymore with the double game weeks and the game week that was cut.
I think honestly, we could be at 24 at this point.
Yeah, who knows?
We don't know what game.
You wanted to be 24.
I know.
At the end of the season,
exactly.
You're still top.
Yep.
Yeah. But if you enjoyed that, leave us a subscribe, like, comment what you want us to do in the future on this channel, and as always, take it easy.